lucky, but I All right. Well, good morning, our small crowd, and I hope everybody else is doing well this morning on this snowy day in April. It's not too much fun, but oh well. Morning, our
We do what we
small
can.
crowd, and I hope everybody else is doing well this
So
morning
we
on
will
this snowy start. Just seeing if there's any amendments to our agenda this morning. Seeing none. None. Katie, do you have anything that you would like changed?
No,
No?
thank you.
All right, and we will move on to disclosures of conflict of interest. Is there anything there?
No,
No? All right, we will move on to the adoption of the minutes from the previous meeting on, just looking March 24th here. Now, I did see there is a couple of small changes that just with typos and such to have a look at. If everybody could look at the top where it talks where we were adjourned from that meeting, it reads 11:55, and I believe it was 10:55.
okay,
If we could. And then on page 2 of them, it actually talks about me, where it talks about that I catch my, and I would like it to say foot, please, instead of toe, which I believe, I'm just looking here, it reads two, and I would like it to read foot.
Okay, we will change that.
All right, thank you. And on page 3, just looking here, to just ask for suggestions and just leave there to Director Manhire. And I was just wondering where those submissions are forwarded to.
Oh, the submissions for the Parks and Recreation Master Plan?
Yeah, just in
So-
the minutes.
So that was a comment that Director Manhire made close to adjournment about the Parks and Recreation Master Plan, and he just suggested that anything be submitted to that email address. That's Tana Torch. That's his administrative coordinator for Parks and Recreation.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then she'll make sure that information's passed on to the consultant.
Awesome. Awesome. And we'll, if we could add that email address too, that would be wonderful, just in case anybody.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's not showing it. I see it under number 7 there. It says submitted by email to ttorch@smithsfalls.ca, but we can clarify her name there as well if you like.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's all the changes. So can I have someone make a motion to adopt the minutes, please? Thank you, Jen. And can I have someone second her, please? Thank you, Kelly.
I do have a customer. I'll be right back.
Okay, fair enough. There's no delegations to address this morning, nor is there any correspondence issues to address this morning. So we will move on to the priority issues. And our first item is to discuss the work plan process, and I will turn the floor over to Nadine to address that.
Thank you.
Nadine?
Thank you. So Chair Bingley and I had talked about the mandate of the Accessibility Committee and some of the deliverables that the committee would need to to execute during their term. And you'll note in the terms of reference, it does list the updating of and development of statements of commitment to accessibility and make them publicly available. Update, create written accessibility policies and make them publicly available. Create a written multi-year accessibility plan and update it at least once every 5 years. And then there's the other items: promote awareness of accessibility and inclusion, and monitor federal and provincial directives and regulations. So to that end, I did send out a link. It's a drive where we can load different documents for you to view. These documents are quite large, so it's easier to do it this way than send them by email to members. So I did include just the multi-year plan. I thought maybe it's something we could start at, that you could start looking at some of these documents to see what type of document we would be looking to create. These are just some examples, and I think I said at the beginning of your term, a lot of the time municipalities will share these type of documents and then modify them and polish them to make them their own. So these are just some samples. Certainly the committee can create a document that fits the needs of the town of Smiths Falls. So the documents that I put on there are from some surrounding municipalities, the town of Perth, city of Brockville. It's a bit larger than us, so their mandate may be a bit more aggressive than a smaller municipality, but you'll still get the idea of what type of items they were looking at. Arm Prior is on there, as well as a document from the municipality of Mississippi Mills. So if you want to check out those documents, when you're looking at it, look at some of the statements as well, because those are things that this group can start researching, and maybe at a future meeting we could work together at seeking your feedback and creating these documents so that we can move forward with that. So hopefully that's easy for everybody to access. If you have any problems or you need a paper copy, please let me know. I know sometimes reading it on a screen isn't as easy, so I can certainly get them printed and mailed out to any member that requires that.
Yep. Thank you, Nadine. Very wise words. So we will now move on to our next issue, and I'm actually going to lead the discussion on there, and we're just going to talk a little bit about Accessibility Week and our promotions around that. I know Dan had expressed interest that he would put posters up sort of around the store or display of some sort. And I have been doing a little bit of research, and I will send a copy of a poster that I kind of caught my eye to Nadine, and perhaps she could, bring it to the next meeting, put it on the agenda, and just get everybody's sort of feedback on that. Another thing I thought, we talked, Nadine, about doing like a section in the paper, and we had talked to I think you were maybe going to talk to Evelyn Harford and see if she would help us out with that. Mm-hmm. And also wanted to know, is there anybody, would everybody be okay as being identified on the committee with a name or a picture, anything? Does anyone object to that, or?
No way. No? Absolutely. For me.
Right. Another thing we could do too is I thought about putting an interview or some sort of awareness on Lake 88, just to really reach all ends of the community. So that's another option to look at too.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, does anyone else have anything, Nadine?
With everyone's support, I could see if our communications department could do up a press release. Part of the other item that's on the agenda is the proclamation for Accessibility Week, but perhaps we could have our communications department create some type of press release that would help get that information out about the committee and what they're doing.
That would be wonderful. Yes.
Okay.
That would be great. Is there anything else that anyone has thought of or suggests?
Were you going to speak about your guests, Lucy, when they would they be attending that week, that maybe we could include something like that in our press release and encourage people to come to a
Yeah, I have a friend, a best friend actually, living in Toronto right now and working on her PhD. Lovely girl, and she is doing some work right now with an organization with the acronym is CCRW. They have a website, and it's a can't remember the C's of it, but the R's are rehabilitation and work, and their focus really is to help people with disabilities to feel comfortable in the workplace and, you know, support them and
Mhm.
and provide any accommodations they might need, sort of, and sort of to help employers in that end as well, you know, if they're taking somebody on with a disability, how to go about that. So
Great.
So I was hoping to have her come, if the committee supports that, to our next meeting, sort of to talk about her work. And I think it's quite adept that it be close to Accessibility Week. Does anyone have any questions, comments?
If she can add to it, that would be great. Would love to have. Yeah.
Awesome.
Like to meet your friend.
She's lovely. I'm sure you would love her. So I think if there's no other questions or comments, Councillor McGuire.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I was wondering maybe for Accessibility Week, and I don't know if it's doable with the lockdown and where we're at, but maybe we could highlight some of the real success stories around town. I know the Rideau Hotel is going to have a ramp now that comes right off Beckwith Street, and that's coming to the Municipal Heritage Committee for its look over, I think, well, later today at 4:30 actually. So like that's a really exciting one. And I'm sure there's other businesses in town or organizations that maybe have done something innovative or that really helps across that we, I don't know, on social media or something we could highlight. It's kind of hard this year, I guess, with, you know, everybody online, but those were kind of my ideas. But
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm wondering maybe a sort of a video type thing, if that would be an option for now.
That would be great.
Kelly.
I would like to make my store accessible, like, because I've actually, last October, I was in a wheelchair for 2 weeks and had to, it was just, it was worse than the pain, actually, being in the wheelchair. So, but I just don't know how to go about it. I know I have to okay it with the landlords, but obviously the town too, because the ramp is gonna go out onto the sidewalk. And I just like, I don't want to waste my time and them already say no, it can't be done, because I'm stubborn. It can be done. It's just, and we can split it 3 ways. Like, it might not be cheap. So the renter, the town, and me, like, I just don't know how to go about it, but I want it done, like, sooner than later.
All right. That is a good thought, and very happy that you would like that done. Very inclusive, but I think that's a little bit outside of our conversation at this time. I suggest you bring that issue maybe to Councillor McGuire. Would council be a good sort of outlet for her to start with, Councillor?
Yeah, like that's an awesome idea. I think and I know the CIP program, part of the ratings for projects is to improve accessibility. So maybe that's a way we could get some funding going. And maybe part of Accessibility Week, we could promote some of those tools that we already have in our toolbox, just for people out there that are maybe wondering, or they're enthusiastic, but they need more information. We could maybe have a little, I don't know, maybe Monday we post something about this and Tuesday we post about that. If we've got the time to kind of organize a little campaign there, maybe that would be the way to go. But definitely, yeah, let's keep that conversation going.
Okay. Perfect. Does that work for you, Kelly?
Yes, I just want it out there and stuff, and I just maybe this isn't the right time to bring it up or whatever, but I just want to get the ball rolling, and maybe if I start it and get something done, then the next person might, whatever. I just don't want to leave things. I just want to do it.
Yeah. Fair enough. That's great.
Because I'm using the scooter to do my groceries and stuff, because I'm not allowed to lift with my 4 back surgeries. And even the last couple of days, I've struggled. Actually, I was going to make a list of where I wasn't able to get up onto places and stuff, just for down the road.
It's a very important issue, and we will, as a committee, certainly support all of that work.
Okay, thank you.
Nadine?
I was just going to suggest, I know the committee's at meeting almost every 2 weeks right now. I know that Troy and Art want to come back again, so I'm guessing in the next couple of weeks we'll be meeting again. But I'm just wondering, Chair Bingley, if there is messaging. Councillor McGuire had a great idea about, a message every day. If the group could maybe think of, some different messages, the council reps can think of some of the tools that the municipality already has that may provide an avenue. Maybe if we could add that as a topic at the next meeting, that would help staff kind of work with the communications department to get daily messages out if everybody's supportive of that. It's just a thought.
Yeah, I would totally support that. Is there any other comments or questions? Yeah, that would be wonderful if they could, sort of. But yeah. All right, so I think we can move on now. I think we're good if there's no other comments and questions. So actually our last item on the agenda today is a proclamation for Accessibility Week, and I will turn the floor back over to Nadine to lead that discussion.
Okay, thank you for that. So National Accessibility Week is May 31st to June 4th, and so in the Dropbox, if you can take a peek, there's a proclamation in there that we got some wording from some proclamations that National Accessibility Week have sent out, and included a bit of additional wording for the group to see if they like that proclamation. The proclamation would be read by Mayor Panko at a meeting in May to proclaim that week as Accessibility Week, and it'll be read at a council meeting. So obviously it'll get a platform there as well, for the media as well as the public. And I think be prudent for the committee members if they want to attend that meeting or view that meeting, to see that proclamation be read by Mayor Panko. So just take a peek at the wording, and if you could let me know at the next meeting if you like that, or if you want something added to it to make it our own.
Okay. Perfect.
I actually did have a chance to read it over briefly, and first glance, it looks wonderful. Really captures all the issues that we want to put in there, and really emphasizes our focus on inclusion. It's going to be a great proclamation, I think.
Okay, good.
Is there anybody else that has questions or comments? No. Should double check too, just to make sure everybody can access that proclamation. Right, but anyone having, yeah?
Actually, I was just looking through my email and I know that I read it. I saw that Dropbox link, but now it seems I'm missing a chunk of email. So I was hoping that Nadine could send that to me again.
I'll send all that back out after the meeting.
Okay,
very
thank you.
much.
All right. Is there anyone else that has counselor? No. Thought I saw her hand up, but no. Okay, so I think we're good then to for today's issues. We're done. So
Sorry, Chair, but
Nadine.
there was one item added to the agenda that I sent out yesterday. It was just brought to my attention. So we have a housing task force at the town of Smith Falls. Council adopted the terms of reference, and we've been seeking membership for that. And at this point in time, we're still seeking membership. And Mayor Pinko has requested that a member of the accessibility committee perhaps consider joining the housing task force.
Oh,
So I'll leave that with you if you are interested. If you just let me know if there's, there may be spots for more than one person. So if anyone's interested, I'll send it out to the rest of the group that's not here today as well. And I did attach the housing task force terms of reference to the agenda, that package that I sent out. So if you have any questions about it, just let me know. And it's another great committee of council that that has some work to do. So if you're interested, let me know.
sure
I'm interested, but I don't know if I'm overstretching. I'm on another committee. What is it, Nadine? My brain has gone crazy today.
Is it Municipal Heritage you're on, or?
Yes, that's the one, Chris. But one thing leads to another here. How can you be on one and you can't be on the other? I would be very interested.
Okay.
But if people think I'm on too many, please just say so.
Katie, that's very kind of you. I'll look into it. I believe our policy it says 2 committees per person, but let me look into that, because you are right. It is, they kind of walk hand in hand. So I will.
Yes.
I'll see what the rule.
I'm with Katie also, but I'm DBA too. So.
Oh well, there you are. I know, it's crazy.
Same thing, but the housing would be interesting for me too.
Yes, I know.
That's great. I'll
well, certainly lots of interest coming forward, which is great to see.
Yes.
Okay, so I think we that concludes today's issues. Is there anything anyone else wants to? No? Okay, so we will move on to talking about when our next meeting shall be. So we're looking at, Nadine, maybe I'll let you take this one forward. And
All right. Well, so I know that both Director Manhar and Director Dunlop do have a couple of items that they would like the group to be consulted on. So I can circle back with them just to check their timelines. The hope was to have it done within 2 weeks again. So possibly you know, around May 5th, if that would work. I will keep them in the loop because I know Director Dunlop wanted to attend today, but unfortunately the information wasn't ready. So perhaps we could tentatively book the 5th if the group was supportive of that. And then I'll keep you in the loop as to when the information is received from those directors. If that works.
Yeah.
And I should mention, I think some of you know, I know Lucy knows because I mentioned it to her. We were sad to receive the resignation of Director Dunlop from the town of Smith Falls. And Councillor McGuire, I hope I'm not stepping on your toes. I just wanted to keep the group in the loop. I know that he's been a great source for our committee, and certainly we will hear from him again, I believe, before he leaves, but I just wanted to keep you in the loop of that.
Mm.
Not happy news, but oh well. We wish him well.
Thank you.
So
Is he leaving town? Is he, does he have something somewhere else? Or are we allowed to know? Yeah.
I believe he's, I don't know, Councillor McGuire, I don't want to step on your toes. Did you want to answer that?
I'm not sure. I think we can ask him about it when he comes at the next meeting.
Yeah, okay, perfect, thank
Yeah,
you.
he'll definitely be missed, and it's been a really great asset for our town. So
Yeah,
So we'll ask him and Director Manhire when they're able to return, and hopefully it'll be May 5th. And if there's a change to that, I'll email the group and just let them know that I'm still waiting on that information.
all right, Kelly.
Is there any way the meetings can be at 9? Because even though I'm not open, I do curbside or whatever for like 10 till 2.
I think Jen has a problem with school. That was why it was moved to 10. It was 9.
Yeah, I think Jen did tell us that she had a bit of a conflict in schedule there, but
Yeah,
Okay.
when they're in school, we're dropping them off at 9:15. So we leave the house by just about 9, and then we drop them off at 9:15. We don't get home until about almost 9:30. And now that they're at homeschool, I have one child starting a meeting at 9, another one at 9:20, and I'm printing things, and yeah,
No,
9
that's
o'clock
fine.
is.
That's good. My customers can wait.
We could do, if it works better, we could do afternoon, like after your curbside pickup is done, like at 2. Like that works for me if it works for
Yeah,
everybody
me
else as
too.
well.
Yeah,
Does that work for everybody? I don't want to cause like problems or anything.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, it works with me.
fine with me.
Anyway, Counselor.
would we want to do maybe 2:30 or 3 just to give you some time, Kelly, to close up? And
Yep.
2:30 would be great. I don't want to leave it too late for everybody, but
Yeah.
We will. All right. Is there? Nadine?
2:30 works fine with me.
All
is that
right.
right? Fine, Jen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nadine, is that feasible?
Yeah, we can make that work 2:30, and after the meeting, I'm just going to give a high level. I'll send out a high level, not full minutes, but high level action items to the group, so that those that are aware as well.
Okay. Thanks, Nadine.
Guys.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right. So I think I don't see any more issues to address, and we've got our next meeting tentatively set. So I think we can adjourn our proceedings this morning. So could I have someone make a motion to adjourn, please? Jen, thank you. And could I have someone second her? Thank you, Kelly. All right, so I think that concludes, and we will sign off. So have a great day, everyone.